On tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that's going to make you sick.
Hello, my beautiful humans, and welcome back to the Authentically Blue podcast. I am your host, Carlson. Welcome if you're new here. Last Valentine's, I told you guys why I was bad at love. I did a whole episode linking Bad at Love by the Queen Halsey. I'll leave the episode down below and the song. And I basically reached out to every single person in my chats, in my life, who has left my life, okay? Acquaintances, friends, colleagues, you name it. I was there asking them how they dealt with heartbreak. Why? I wasn't going through heartbreak. I even reached out to an ex. I was like, bro, how you deal with heartbreak, okay? Is that toxic? Is that healthy to be talking to someone who you're once involved with? I don't know. But I just wanted the energy to be a vibe, and it was a vibe because you guys made that my most listened to episode last year. So thank you for that. This year, I'm telling you guys, I just realized I did not know what I needed in love. So last Valentine's, where was my head at? I genuinely wasn't going through any type of heartbreak, but I have in the past. And did I link my experience? I probably did, or unpacked or related to it. But I remember reaching out to my mom and my dad and my uncles and the people around me who I don't be talking to about love in that way, and be like, hey, how do you deal with it? I think I even reached out to my grandma, if I'm not wrong, because she had to deal with grief, which is some sort of heartbreak. But yeah, last Valentine's, I said I was bad at love. This year, I just realized I didn't know what I needed. Like I said, I wasn't going through heartbreak. I think I was just intrigued by the idea of Valentine's and everyone making it this happy thing. I've never been a huge Valentine fanatic. Like, I do believe it's very important to know what you need in love. I didn't know that before. So I found myself stuck in habits and patterns and routines of calling things love. Okay, I didn't do this, but I know people in my life who would call situations love when it isn't love. But I will say I spent the year before, I think 2023, just exploring dating, relationships, romantic, everything on the spectrum. Because before that, I was very much, I don't know about that. I don't want to do that. And I think my cousins and people around me were like, girl, you're getting into your mid-20s. You need to start acknowledging and dating and figuring out what you want in love and partners. So I did. And I don't know, guys. I think there's a lot to unpack here. Briefly, I will say, before I talk about the knowing what I need in love. Okay, kind of does link, I won't lie. But I will say, I found myself in situations where people were just toxic. And I think I did an episode earlier, I'll link it down below. I don't know which episode it is, but basically in an episode previously I said, I don't have a king sign on my head, or I'm not like a queen or something, so people don't automatically treat me with respect. Because of that, people be trying shit and trying to rally you up and do some shady ass shit. So I get it, both in friendships and romance. But at the same time, I think if I didn't put myself in those situations and put boundaries in place and not like, hey, that's unacceptable behavior, we don't move like that, I wouldn't know. So I don't regret it. But other times I was mentally drained, had a lot going on in my life, and I was like, I'm here for the vibes. People in my life call it the fuck it phase, when I really don't give a flying fuck about shit, and I'm moving a bit crazy because I'm quite rational normally. So there are those moments, and I look back and I think, you didn't deserve me. I shouldn't have been in that situation, and my friends hate the sight and like guts of you. But I don't regret the situation. I met amazing human beings who I'm not in touch with anymore, but I specifically miss one person. Shout out. And I put myself in spaces where I learned and grew and think I never want to be there again. So there's beauty in that. I wouldn't necessarily say I have self-blamed, because I'm somebody who pushes the boundaries a little bit. Like, I look back at life, maybe because I was riddled by grief and I was using like, what's the point of living anyway, which is unhealthy, and I would just live life crazily, okay, and but another part of me feels I don't want to live life in regret. So if you're like that and you have those thoughts crossing your head, it's okay. I also feel, like I said, people treating you how you let them. That's something I've grappled with a lot, but at the same time, it's like, if someone treats you wrongly, you are the one to put it's on you to put the boundary in place, and it's okay for you to put the boundary in place. You're not being too much. If something doesn't sit in your gut, if you're uncomfortable physically, emotionally, you have a right to say no and get yourself out of that situation, but it's on you to do that. And when I heard Olivia Dean's song Man I Need, it didn't sound desperate, it sounded clear. I remember moments where I was attracted to inconsistency. I would feel anxious and call it chemistry. But at the same time, I'm the type of person who, as I feel these things in my gut, I would tell myself I'm being over dramatic, or be like, hey, you don't know how love should be. However, with Man I Need, it's giving, I know what I want. I deserve a man or a partner who is there for me, who is willing to go the mile, who's willing to compromise and sacrifice the same way I want to do that. Whereas if we think of Bad at Love, love feels chaotic, and Halsey keeps saying she gets it wrong. In Olivia Dean's world, love feels intentional. Olivia knows what she is aligning with. And I know I'm referencing songs and moments in times. Olivia Dean has songs that are all about heartbreak and things she's done wrong. Halsey, yeah, is in a very healthy relationship with Beck from Victorious. They're actually engaged, which is amazing. So I know she's in a different headspace. But I'm just using songs to relate to this episode and my experience with love. I wasn't bad at love. I was unclear about what I required. I think when I first had Man in Need by Olivia Dean, I felt very calm. I felt the calmness in her voice, the steadiness of the production, the jazz, the groove, the confidence, the sexiness, the matureness. And I remember thinking and feeling, yes, this is exactly what I get from love right now in my life, the season that I'm in, and hopefully forever. And I remember thinking how Man I Need, the way she says the word need, it sounds grounded and not dependent. This can be a whole other episode about codependency. I saw a TikTok, an Instagram post of, what's his name? Jalen Noble, who is Monet McMichael's partner, post an Instagram reel talking about how you shouldn't be dependent on your partner. Like, if you were to break up or something, you should both be fine. It's two whole individuals meeting. And I think for the first time in my life, I can relate to that with a partner. I'm grateful to be with somebody who challenges me, encourages me to do my own thing, and they do the same. Whereas before, this is way before Bad at Love, okay? There was some sort of codependency, I will say. And I do think people around me have been in codependent relationships. I think it's a natural part of relationships, and you have to unlearn it if you are not used to seeing healthy love around you. When she says, Man I Need, it doesn't sound like Olivia Dean is searching. It sounds like she's selecting, which is very important in our partner. We don't want desperation. Desperation attracts desperation in Satanism. People with some wild ass, toxic, inhumane agendas, you guys. People be doing fuck all out here. I'm not even going to be kidding. However, when you're intentional, when you remind yourself you are deserving of love, that you are human and you make mistakes, but you are worthy of love and you will find love, or maybe you wouldn't, and that's okay. It doesn't all have to be about love, but I know this episode is specifically focused on love, so I'll stick to that. It shifts from wanting attention to you wanting alignment, and that's the most beautiful part. We're not doing emotional highs and lows, we're doing emotional safety. I remember listening to Safety Net by Ariana Grande. I know the controversy, what? I cannot speak today. Controversy of her song, what is it called? She basically had a Finsta. Trigger warning, it was about an eating disorder. So it's crazy, you guys. But I will say, when I had Safety Net, I remember thinking, this is exactly how I feel. I feel so safe with you. I feel like, God created you for me. Enough with the lovey-dovey shit. Love isn't supposed to spike your anxiety. It's supposed to steady you. It's supposed to calm you. It's supposed to grow with you and be there beside you. It's not supposed to make you feel anxious. Knowing what you need looks like not over-explaining yourself, not begging for consistency, not shrinking to be loved. Man I need feels like a woman who has dated enough confusion to recognize peace. And I think it's okay to go through those moments of confusion. It's okay to go through moments like, if I didn't put myself in that year of dating and, exploring my sexuality and relationships, I wouldn't find my partner right now, and I wouldn't be content, or I wouldn't know certain things. I would be really insecure, and there are things I'm still insecure about, don't get me wrong, I'm human, but I have an awareness that I feel makes me more calm and makes me more clear in what I want and what I need. Knowing what I need didn't make me harder, it made me clearer. To wrap up this beautiful episode of me rambling, I feel healthy love should be steady, should be reciprocal, should not be a performance, and doesn't disappear. I feel if you communicate to your partner, hey, this is not comfortable for me or what I want, your partner reciprocates and understands and holds what you're saying and acts on it, in a healthy manner. The love I need doesn't excite my anxiety. It's supposed to respect my peace. That is how love should be. And when Olivia Dean expresses this in her song, we feel the warmness, the measures, the intentionality, which is really beautiful. I'm not bad at love. I was learning it. This Valentine's, I don't want chaos. I don't want potential. I don't want intensity without intention. I know what I need, and I won't apologize for it.